ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged Review. And I'm about to review Monday Night Raw for August 27th, 2018. It's the last one for August, finally getting into the current month after this. Still doing my catch-up. But, again, to bring this down to a nice, short, concise edit, we're going to start out very quickly. Roman Reigns starts out the show. Braun Strowman comes in with Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre. Baron Corbin introduces himself into the mix as well. And that's how they open the show, with a back and forth between those guys. Baron Corbin is now acting Raw general manager, and I don't think this is going to go over very well. And since I've already seen a few shows since, that's the case. So Baron Corbin puts himself in a match with Finn Balor, and immediately the crowd starts chanting, "You can't wrestle" to Baron Corbin. Balor wins by DQ, and then Baron, being general manager, says, "Oh, it slipped my mind, this is a no DQ match." Goes in, tags Finn Balor with the chair, gets the win. So Baron Corbin gets the win. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of shit like this. I never have been. It just doesn't work for me. And yeah, I understand they're trying to build a heel heat and shit like that, but there are plenty of guys that can get heel heat just by having a great character. And all this cheap shit just doesn't work anymore, because it's all scripted and we know that. So it's like, how does WWE get around that? With good character work, which Baron Corbin cannot do. So, a bunch of legends weigh in on the Triple H Undertaker match. Again, I think this is too soon for this type of big promotion. Most people say Undertaker's going to win, whatever. Backstage, you get a Titus Worldwide bit where it looks like there's friction between Titus Worldwide. Really nothing of importance. Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks after that. There was one spot where Dana just kicked the shit out of Sasha Banks. Just not really controlling herself that much, and I really didn't like that. Because Sasha Banks is a very good wrestler. And she's damn talented, and she's been shit on by the company, quite frankly. She's had 3 title runs, but she's been buried since. She's been absolutely buried since. They haven't utilized her at all. And they've utilized a lot of less talented chicks, in my opinion. So, yeah, I haven't been a big fan of that. And I wasn't a big fan of Dana kicking the hell out of her. Sasha Banks does go over. And, again, it shows friction between Titus Worldwide. And then you get backstage, you have Ambrose and Rollins. They're doing a bit. Leads into Ambrose Jinder Mahal bit where apparently Ambrose has to take some kind of training course from Jinder Mahal on being serene. I don't really understand it. Of course, it doesn't really work out that well, and just kind of horrible, honestly. Then you have Seth Rollins doing a pretty good in-ring promo. Kevin Owens comes down. You have a Rollins KO match after that. Rollins wins, and KO does a promo afterwards where he just quits. I didn't really think he was quitting, and of course there was big guesswork on social media about if he was actually quitting. No, he was not, and I knew that. So, you know, that's unfortunately one of the things about kind of knowing how the product works. And I'm not saying I know how the product works, but like, we get that it's rigged and staged and there's storylines, and we get that. And that's what I'm saying. And knowing that, I just kind of figured that KO was not quitting. Then Renee interviews Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler backstage. Nothing really important there. B-Team versus the Revival. Non-title match. The Revival win the match. They have a good shoot. And, yeah, I'm kind of glad that they went over the B-Team, because as I've said from the beginning, I don't believe in the B-Team as champions. I just don't. And then you get Elias doing his in-ring bit, and he's talking about Toronto, which is where they're at. And then Trish Stratus comes down, who is, of course, the hometown girl. She's coming back into wrestling, so she makes an appearance. Does a little trash talking back and forth between Elias and Trish Stratus. Elias says something about her being 60. Trish slaps him, and that was the end of that segment. It was cool to see Trish. And I will say, I hate to say this, I really hate to say this. The body looks absolutely amazing. You can tell she really keeps up on herself, but you can definitely see where she's aging in the face. And I've said that about male stars too, so I don't want to hear any shit about women aging and me making comments about it, because I've said the same thing about guys. But you really can tell that she's showing her age a little bit. And that happens, you know, age happens to everybody. It's happening to me, so I get it. But it's hard to see, man, because I remember her being, you know, in her 20s, young, vibrant, kicking ass, taking names. She still looks in great physical condition, though. So, you know, there's that. After that, you got a promo with Alexa Bliss. And you have a match with Natalya. She has Trish Stratus and Ronda Rousey by her side. Alicia Fox is the opponent. She has Alexa Bliss and Mickie James on her side. Natalya wins. This is coming right back after Jim Neidhart, her father, died. So, you know, I definitely feel for her in that respect. It can't be easy to come back this quickly after this and, you know, be a part of the show. And, you know, I know they always say the show must go on, but damn, it's rough. So, big props to Natalya for coming back. She gets the win, deservedly so. Backstage, you have Natalya, Trish Stratus, Ronda Rousey, and Bella Twins bit. This is another part where they're just putting the Bella Twins in, and I don't know why, and I don't care why. I don't fucking like the Bella Twins. They're as fake as two people can be. There is nothing redeemable about them. They're not good workers. I don't care about it. So backstage, Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley have a bit. Again, another cringeworthy way to make Bobby Lashley just look bad. And I don't know. I have to believe it's intentional at this point. I just have to believe it. But Bobby Lashley works with it. He runs with it. And, you know, he does what he does. Corbin puts Lashley in a handicap match versus the Ascension. It's essentially a squash match. Bobby Lashley runs over both of them and gets the win. Then you get Dean Ambrose versus Jinder Mahal. I'm not a big fan of Mahal as a performer in the ring. Dean Ambrose gets the win, and there you go. Backstage, you get a Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman bit. Nothing really to measure anything by. Nothing that stands out. And then you get Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Which really brings up an interesting scenario, because there's a disqualification when Dolph and Drew wouldn't stop hitting on Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman wins, but then Braun Strowman attacks Roman Reigns, and you can see the formation of a new alliance here between Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and now Braun Strowman, who has gone heel. So it looks like they have the answer to the Shield in Strowman, McIntyre, and Ziggler. We'll see how that plays out, but it was a pretty cool idea, and I like that they did that. The show overall, I mean, there was so much here that I just didn't give a shit about. Baron Corbin, Finn Balor, Dana Brooks, Sasha Banks. And I love Sasha Banks, so I hate to say that. B-Team versus the Revival. It was cool to see Trish Stratus, but honestly, I think that could have been done a lot better. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. I don't think it deserves much more than that. And that's only really for the ending. And, I mean, that's how I feel about it, man. That's my review for Raw 8/27/18. I feel like they could have done a lot better with a lot of the things in here. There was a couple of cool moments, but, you know, a couple of cool moments in a 3-hour show does not really make a show. And, yeah, I will reiterate that I do not watch Raw and SmackDown on USA Network. I watch it on YouTube. And I watch it on YouTube because I've stood firm in the fact that I don't believe that they deserve ratings putting out bullshit like this. I just don't. I feel like they're not even trying, and so why should we? I'm not putting money into the network. I'm not doing anything for WWE. What I see online, and that's what it is. So ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm at with it. If you agree, and if you like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Help a brother out. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation, out.